All right, so let's start, guys. Thank you. I hope you can hear me well. So just my last check for the sound. Chock chock. So then I'm not choking and you're not checking on me. All right, it's better now. Cool. Everybody can see this share screen. Sound is great. So how about share screen? Because I want to show you something today. All right, cool. Thank you for confirming you can see the screen. All right, so I'm glad that you come back. Or I don't know. I'm glad that I'm come back to you guys. So and I know we covered already some of the subjects, so it's like much more than I would like to share with you. So I will try to do share some video and some exciting stuff then I bring to the class. So I don't know how it will be works specifically sound wise, but at least I can just give my comments of what you see. So and I create special slide with all links so to these materials then I will show you or try to show you today. So then you always can welcome to come back and just review this by yourself. All right, so this we continue mobile testing and question and answer. From the last time, I just have some couple updates. So yes, this one is a slide. Then I tell you, then I create some special exciting links and news. So like you remember last time I mentioned for you some special things, like new stuff in the market. So going on, sorry. So in we have exciting news for for new Apple product. It will be iWatch, which come in the summer 2013. So, and I have here some links. So this video, then you can check so how it's look and how it will work. So, and I just give you some couple of first slides. It's not related to like to subject today, but cover what we was talking last time. So last time I mentioned, so you remember like when you present and when you get a question, so how well you know your device. So you cannot cover all device, specifically if it's iPhones and you don't have it, but so you always can bring something to the company and many people don't know then it's like very cool stuff exists and actually for really low cost or no cost at all. So for example, like iPhone helping apps, some of them very helpful, system status or network analyzer. And we was talking about, then we have log collector for Android. So I found exactly, so device log viewer. So for iPhones, it's pretty much the same thing. So then it's free you from having to connect to PC to get a sent log. So it's very cool. And here's in the low bottom corner, so you have the links, then you can just get and check this app. So now we come to the question. So we continue this question and answer preparation for interview. What do you think, guys? What is more complicated and more complex in test coverage? So web application testing versus mobile application testing. Somebody respond. Anybody? Mobile. All right, mobile. All right. So you pretty much answered the question. So this it's cool. So I'm happy that you have so a quick response. Now this just to specify why is that? So because I tell you this was a real question. So with this one question I won interview for my recent job. So this through the whole interview I got only one question. So and my answer was like, okay, if we divide in a group, so like device for testing. So for web application, the maximum we can use PC, laptop, server, but for mobile web application, we can use really huge varieties. So of so this different devices. So for platform wise, okay, if we go to web application, then more likely it will be WinMac, maximum it could be Linux, maybe Oracle, some Solaris things, whatever. But so currently for mobile web application, we have up to 20 platforms. And it's not limited. It's actually could be more if it's necessary. So this the same things we go on the operating system level, browsers, user interface, and connection. So you specifically, okay, people understand, so the first three devices, platform, operating system. So I just want to remind you, you remember we talked about last time, so then it's a really lot of different mobile web browsers that exist. So, and can somebody tell me, so why is there so huge variety of mobile browser exists? So how is it possible? So anybody can refresh, so the class, remember why is it happened? No? So, but I mean, it's not like question direct during interview, but if you tell story, so it's a good thing if you just, have something more to say story, not just short answer, yes, no, so it's too many, it's too only 20 or things like that. So I see somebody responds, cool. I love your activity. Many of them, okay. WebKit technology, good job. Yeah, it's a keyword. So WebKit come together as one word, and it's a layout engine. So, and it's not just like technology, we can say then it's pretty much like a template. So it's a kind of framework, then on base of this blend template, we can build and customize and make absolutely whatever we want. So this, I think I mentioned last time, so this houses, you can, for your visualization, so how it frameworks or all these different engine templates look like, or because it's all virtual, yeah, you cannot really have UI for that just to check it or so get a visual presentation of that. So you can compare this to Lego. So everybody know then Legos piece by piece have some pretty much very solid standard construction. So 4 points, 6 points, somehow like triangle, long ones, so two sides, things like that. So but together build all these components so you can have absolutely amazing variety of things, and every time it will be your personal customized things. The same things we have with browser, or we have with user interfaces, or we have this different kind of framework. So the principle is the same. It's a kind of small components, blend components, standalone as like nothing. But when you build them together and you not modify them, so because you cannot break one Lego piece, so it's a solid piece, but you connect them together, you edit each other together, so then you create something new. Hi, it's Hayawusha. So I can see you too. All right, so it's a major concept then you need to understand, and it's not really technically difficult to understand, I hope. So, but again, come back now to compare web application testing versus mobile application testing. You got it. So then from mobile application testing, we got much more variety of devices, platform, operating system, browsers, user interface, and connections. So, and it's why it's a more complex, because under different cases, under different configuration or whatever needs, so how we should test it. So we will use different variety and combination of components, so from all this platform, operating system, browser, and so etc. Okay, so next question, it's like a little bit I always wondering, so why they ask this question, but more you work in industry, then more you understand. So then they're looking for specific people who try to who can cover any concept or any subject globally, not just go to detail. Yes, as professional, we must be very detail oriented, but we also need to see full picture. So, and it's very important, and I know this, I work right now at this this huge application, this mobile application, and it's come again and again because like 5 different teams around the globe involved, and sometimes at the end of the food chain, so I'm just a tester, so I may not see the full picture what's going on a really high level. So this why should I say something or not say, why I can see the bug but pretty much must be grown up and adult and do not tell. So besides then tell my manager, so then I see this bug. So and things like that. It's like much more real life. I think we all know then. So our life is full exception. It's not like black and white. It's always all color of rainbow. So tell me about test plan specific that must emphasize while writing test plan for mobile application. And we start actually with competitors application analysis. And believe me, yes, I recorded this session, so it will be everything usual. So we will miss some Michael Partner, but so I hope this everything will run smooth. So then we have exactly this the same that what he have with you all the time. So, but the thing is then, we as an end user involved in all this process in the beginning, so in our opinion is count as well. So, for example, you know, this, if you proactive, if you always look, so what's going on in the market, so this you got, then we get some new project, and more likely, so what happened, every new project start very simple. We have a meeting, and we have from client side some kind of presentation, also a very short presentation of the product itself, so the idea of the product. We have also some kind of mock-ups, so the screenshot, so it's they mind or whatever, so say final things, how the UI of the product should, so layers of the product should look, or, you know, they give us sitemap. So this, what is the pages go or whatever, how, again, how this application or program should work. So then we get a clue. So, and it's very important in this point already making notes. So because, you know, you don't know, is this more likely it will be shared with you at some point, but, you know, they may ask you to start ad hoc immediately, so on your mobile devices, but you get presentation itself maybe 2-3 hours later when they want result from you already. So you just need to be, again, always like step ahead. So when we have presentation from some company, more likely day before, couple hours before, they already give you clue. So then, hey, we have meetings, so it will be announcement. So then you have time to prepare. You can go to search for the company. You can go to check what product, what kind of product it could be. So and go to competitor. So then, because more likely when it's a product just start and it's an alpha stage, so everything is fresh and new. So they always open to our professional, not just so, you know, testing purposes, but also suggestions. They're always open. So how we should, we look from UI design standards, so from end user perspective, so what should be an application. So we always have on the side, so besides the testing, some special table created for suggestion, and it's always appreciated. So keep this in mind, and so try to exercise already, you know. So during the test plan creation, so we also keep in mind target devices. So because we also need to look, I just got recently very nice application, another social network extension, whatever. So look okay, so kind of colorful and playful on mobile devices, like a phone wise, but my goodness, look absolutely horrible, bland, and too many open spaces. So and everything is not aligned, so resolution is completely, so I don't know, out of, so question and quality questions, so that's on the tab. So I was using Samsung Galaxy tab. It's like, oh, okay, nice. So where I start to describe what I don't like and how it's a horrible look, and find some good words, then not scare as this customer, then they run away from me. So, and at this point, you know, during ad hoc, yes, ad hoc is fun. It's always cool. So exploratory testing, you know, it's always exciting stage. So, but in the same time, so as professional, you already start define. So what could be test coverage for this and for that. So you already start to make a list of the pages, sites, or some major so functional features, so then you possibly so can create many test cases around. So you remember this last time we have exercise, and I asked you this, so how many test cases you will write on application that contain 3 buttons make a sound. So how many test cases you will write on it? Anybody? Hello? Does anybody hear me? 1. Nope, 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 nope. Where you been last time? 15, few. So where's my perfect Jewish answer? I don't see it. Hello? It was how many you need, exactly. So this, Irina is a winner. So how many do you need? So because main things it depend. So what time? So restriction we have, budget, resources. You know this. What kind of? It's many factors behind. So this we can make a 1 case. We can make 200. So and I will talk about this a little bit more because I think it's very important, not just for mobile world, but for us as a tester professional, and I know this Mike Potnov talked to you maybe many times about this, so we all have a little bit to add, little bit flavor in this explanation or have our own vision. So this I have this my vision from mobile industry perspective, so and I gladly will share with you this in a couple minutes. All right, let's finish. So this our testing approach, and so what is the specifics? So we have again, we create test scenario and test cases already by exploratory and ad hoc testing. So we also need to consider analysis, so it needs and tools and utilities. So make sure that, put some effort. So what exactly tools we're looking for. And again, this keyword is, I don't know this how much experience, previous experience in testing so you have, but think about, so then normally any companies, they don't use like 5 or 10 tools, good as well. So this normally one company use one or I say up to 3 tools. It's like maximum that I know. So we may have some internal programs which don't have pretty much name. It was written by, so some engineer inside the company, so just to helping tools here and there. But generally, if some recognized, so licensed tools, it's 1 or 3. So if you have up to 5 years experience, you still don't know more than 5 tools. So if with 3 years experience know 10 tools, it's obviously something strange about it, and people will ask you more and more questions. I mean, it's possible, so yeah, this you like tool freak, just don't do anything, just learn new tools, but so it's will raise more questions than necessary. So don't claim that you know too many tools. So, but again, specifically if it's some new application, if it's web application, so be aware that beside helping tools behind testing tools, we 100% will have some analytic tools to consider, and SEO, so the search engine optimization tool consider. So you need to, again, it's maybe not your direct responsibility, depends on situation. If it's a startup company and you have like 10 people, hello, so everybody share cross so responsibility. You could be the one who will get the tasks like, hey, can you explore so what we can use, how we just can, so what is on the market the best or cheapest one or for free, so then or trial one, can you call these people? So you can get any kind of this responsibility, be aware of this. So, and we also keep performance in mind. So I found very interesting, so I think it's very visual so explanation of what kind of performance testing could be performed, but it's much more. So generally you need to keep in mind, so then performance more likely related to response. So each step of application is supposed to have some kind of standard or requirements, so how quick it should be proceed in some really nanoseconds, this really super fast. So, and if it's delayed performance, then it's mean then at some point, so this it could create more issue. It's server can collapse or application will freeze. So if some information get lost and so on and so on. It's why performance is very important. But be honest with you, in this day, so specifically on mobile devices, so I just got a pool, very interesting pool, so and it's back in March 2015, March 4, and it showed then only really like about 40% of the companies really use performance testing. So a lot of people just skip it because again they don't have personnel, so that's who are knowledgeable enough. And it's also issue then not always you can make this testing automated, and if you do so have automation tool for that, then it's very hard. I mean, so automation tools, it's a different subject. So people talk about this, it's a hot spot, but it's not developed well. It start development of automation testing really start development 2 years ago, and it's still a baby. So it still have a lot of issue and a lot of stuck issue. So yes, it's a very, very well paid job because they try to, involve people and professional who can so proceed this and enhance this process of automation. But many times it's not accurate, and many times it's not just automation tools itself or bad scripting from the professionals, but it could be just issue with simulator and emulator, because simulator and emulator cannot really replicate or, just some network condition or operating system upgrades or some, this compatibility issue and things like that. Sorry. So anyway, we should keep performance in mind, and we still can use some helping tools to see, sorry, some on ground level. So what we can use, some CPU memory usage, so if it's memory leak can occur or not, battery consumption, things like that. It's all considered to be part of performance. We also looked at application submission related strategy. So if we start, so in the beginning when we create application, we already think this, where application will be first distributed. If it's go to iPhone, Apple product, so immediately we need to raise a question regarding specific submission related certificates, because to go through the App Store to meet requirements of some special certain condition of Apple product related application. So we need to put this in the beginning in our testing. So another point, this we have like currently we work with company. How about reading reviews? Yes, reading reviews is also this, but reading reviews, it's a time consuming. It's a one thing. Then, so if you have time, again, depends on the project, it depends on the application and how many people involved. If you have time, review is cool. So, but more likely, you will read the review of competitors of something that already done. So if it's absolutely know-how, like a lot of product we have here in Silicon Valley, then nobody ever create before, so it's very hard to find a review on it. So on similar product, yes, but not directly so on the product. So but we have organizations, so like UpCrowds, so this company we work right now, so they have 2,000 people who just pretty much work no more than like user acceptors. So it's a special company then, create live environments so so they have like VPN, so this remote control resources so around the world from different location. So use people, maybe some people like you. So then just to check an application is really run in a live environment smooth. So or use like first beta crowd guys who can find some bugs and submit before it's really go to through the search engine and it's become to the public, like available for everybody. So some really serious, organizations, so they use this kind of companies for extra checks. Not all of them, because most of the people, it's extra bucks, so they need to spend. Most of company try to save money. So, okay, mobile testing approach. I know this, maybe it's like, man, it's a like boring subject, but I don't know why this, it's again, I know why, because it's a psychological check during interview, how you really, involved in the process before this, how you understand the testing process in mobile world or in testing world in general. So this how you really interested in the processes like this. So to find this how you feed this, so they specific team and how they as a manager so can use you efficiently. So it's why they ask all this very theoretically very dry questions, so like nobody really interesting, but it's a one of part of must things. So and when we talk about mobile testing approach, we can also we can define so many areas, so we can just go on and on. We can look and test our application around network technology only, or just hardware, or by operating system, or devices just by carriers. So if it's some regional product, so then we look for suburban or rural area. So and we also look, just mobile application testing scope, not just so like native application testing, but web interface testing, server components testing. so non-functional testing, all these kinds. And I don't remember, I mentioned to you last time, but you're welcome to print so this specific slide, and when you go to interview, I mean, okay, one thing is a phone interview, but if you go face to face, so do not afraid, and that's absolutely normal, so to bring some folder. So it's again, it's a psychological things, then you come prepare, not just bring your resume again, but so you just to cover and prepare for any possible question then will be asked. So in first time then it's happened to my friend, I was like completely, so open my mouth like, what? I spent 2-3 days to learn and memorize all the stuff, and you just print it out from here and there and come to interview, and when they ask you some question then you don't really know answer but have some print outs, you just took this out of your folder and give it to them. It's like, yeah. It's like, and it's work. It's like, yeah, and he got a job. And after that, we use this folder again and again, and another 5 guys got a job. So thanks for advice. Okay, cool. So, but it's a true, you know, this, I mean, it's not like from 15 question in half hour, you need to, for all 15, have some printouts. So be smart. And again, when the keyword, you must be creative when you give these printouts. Don't tell them, so like, hey, I just got advice from Portnoy School, so I printed out. So just, okay, you can say I was trying to prepare, and so it was interesting. So in your company, in industry, I tried to search on internet, and I got very interesting information. So then I just want to have in my folder, so for referral. So this other story you can tell us, yeah, at my previous job, I just got training for that, and it's very interesting printouts, so we have. So you can tell them, like, my friends shared this information with me. I got this in my school project, so I create this by myself, whatever, you know, just be creative how you get this information. Don't tell them that it's all from one source. So, and when you print it out, just cut my name from the bottom so that nobody knows then it's me. So be yourself, be creative in that. And again, this last things, when you give this printouts, the keyword, then you keep talking. It's not like, hey, here's the printouts for you, so leave me alone. So it's, I already answered this question. So you keep talking, and you need to little bit remember from these printouts, maybe a couple lanes. So this first lines, so then you can keep talking when they're looking at. And some certain things, you know, like test cases, like, okay, I just have it. You can just, you know, show right in front of their face. It's like, I'm ready to go. So first you hire me, that you will get this information in your hands. And I can also help you to just get some internal training for you guys if you want to. So because I'm excited about this stuff, and I want to bring my excitement to the other. So things like that. I mean, every time it's some different story. But it's work. I was really completely astounded, but it's work. So here's another one. Yes, how would you test the mobile application page? So I think it's a super helpful graph, because, you know, it's a so huge, so full coverage. Then you can just jump in from one detail to another and forget about full picture. So if you see graph like this, I mean, it's not final. You can just search on internet, you know, like mobile testing, go to Google image. My goodness, you will get like 100 of different results. So find what is the best for you, that's easy for you to explain and understand. So, but when you have this visual right in front of you, so you can immediately and smoothly tell your stories, like, okay, in my previous life is my last project, in my previous work, so I was just concentrating functional testing or specialized testing. So how about automation testing? Sorry, we have senior for that. So we were sitting very close to each other. So sometimes, so I was just so get some hands-on and help to this guy. So I was very interested in that. I hope that I can be, so this proceed so with automation in your company. So, but again, you can immediately see this on the side. So this what it could be: component scripting, framework implantation, and like that. So you say, oh, you know what, you know, from all this automation testing, so I was helped to report. So I can was some help with plug and play installation things. So when we was just rushing, we have like many builds. So yes, I was obtained some regression test packs results. So to just take a look and send it, things like that. But again, so you show then, you know, you aware as to what is automation testing about. You can say at least couple of words, and it's like not just have some very strange concerned look on your face and don't know anything and don't know this how to start to talk about automation or performance for this method or security testing. So because if you have chart like this, it will help you to tell the story and say something. Also, if you was not involved, it's okay. Yes, I was not involved. At this point, security testing was provided only on a senior level, and I was not senior level. So, but I'm very interested, and I have some theoretical knowledge what it should be and how it should be. So, and I hope this I will get chance with your company to do more. So it's a natural response, and again, it's a show time. So then you're not scared. So to say then you don't know something. So you're ready to ask question, and you active. So this and you want to move forward and step forward. So, but here's like more key moments in mobile application testing. So we have operation with memory, control of memory leaks, stability of application for, we have like special things. It's called interruption testing. It's very common. It's a manual testing. It's nothing to do with automation. So it's pretty much when you run your application and at the same time initiate SMS, some text messaging, so video call, just phone call, or Skype, FaceTime, whatever, something interruption, so with other application, and to see how's your application response. So how this, for example, in a media player, so if you open media player and start, so what happened to your application? Is it give you some notification, oh my gosh, somebody interrupt me, or it will give you some graceful message, excuse me, but at this time I cannot proceed so with my steps forward, so I will catch you later. Things like that, or it's just freeze on you, or it will just close on you and you don't know at what stage. Is it information saved or not? So it's all part of interruption testing. So, I mean, I will not stop too much about the types of mobile testing, so because yes, we have general like a user interface, we have functional, we have performance and stress, we have usability testing. So in usability testing is differ from user interface, because usability is a more, it's like how this intuitive, so the application or program is, how this, this complicated, so the site mapped and the user cannot find things, or, cannot find way back, so this from where the site, I don't know if it was going, things like that. But so we now also need to talk about specific types of mobile application testing. And it's one of the first one, it's a compatibility. So you test your application with native device feature. So now this, you remember from last time I talked about native application. So what kind of native application I mean, I don't ask about specific example, but how then it's a native application? Can you refresh your memory? Can you give me some clue? How then it's native and not hybrid or web mobile application? Oh, thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Ola. So it's built within OS. Okay, good. That's something. Anybody else? No? So when you can route without internet, good. No, it actually could be third party. So Kerry, you're not right. So this, I mean, so these days we have a lot of third-party native applications supported by developer. It's just too general. I don't get it. It is web application. It's not, Usha. It's actually absolutely opposite. So it's not. It's why it's called native and not just web application. So I just wait for Antofika Raman. Okay, it starts when device starts. Not necessarily. Okay, I can see this. You can stop, guys. So I just wait for Marcus, and he will be last. So because I want to clarify that it's very important, so then you understand, and it's actually nothing technical and deep, inside. Run appropriate OS. No, not necessarily. We have thousands of Android native application, and Android is absolutely open source. All right. So the catch. We have two kinds of native application. One, we can say very simple. It's a preset application, then come with device when you just buy device in any store. So, and it's a integrated native application. It doesn't matter what kind of application it could be. It could be some whatever, clock, calendar, so this email, so this your some game, whatever this you get with your phone. So in many cases now it's also could be Facebook or things like that, or LinkedIn. So the thing is then the catch and distinguished feature of native application. So if somehow this you need to, it's how you access this application. So you always get this already preset when you buy your device, or you download this through the App Store. It doesn't matter. So this iStore, Google Play, so World Market, whatever. So you download this through the store, install through the store, and you also this always watch for updates. So you as a user, in whether you can just make a check mark one time, so allow automatically update, or it will be asked you every time when they have new version of some updates, so then you need to give, as an end user, give them permission, so then they can do these updates to your program on your phone. So anyway, it doesn't matter technically this where, this application will be stored, but it will be stored at some point somewhere on your device. So you can use this offline. It's a keyword. So you, if you can use some application in offline mode without internet usage, so it's mean that this is native application. And other things, so as you guys absolutely was correct in the beginning. So then when you create native application, you create this by by defining to specific platforms, using specific SDK, using specific programming language, using specific API. So everything is, this you for specific operation system, so for specific device, for specific maker. So in compared to web application, to web mobile application, you just do this once and use by many. It doesn't matter. You just somehow use a code device, so adjust parameter for different devices, parameters and resolution. So, but you do not use specific language. So for iPhone, specific language. So for Android and so forth. So at this point, when you tell the story, so this it's very nice to remember and refresh your memory. So what is the like core programming language for Android and for iPhone, then you can bring this up. So then you will minimize the question. So if they go this direction, so what is, core language or platform for Android, or what is the platform core language for iPhone? Boom. So by telling the story, you already cover it. So then Objective-C for iPhone, Java for Android, so C++, so for BlackBerry, so C is for Windows Phone, things like that. So be aware of this and try to be proactive again, and so learn a little bit more. And implement this in your story. Tell this everybody. Tell this your family member. Tell your friends. So when you talk about some subject, try to use so many professional information you can. So because it's become your native, so your native tongue things, then you can talk about and bragging about this, so every day. All right, so come back to original specific types of mobile application testing. So we have certification compliance testing, and it's exactly, so as I mentioned, so this before we have guidance compliance testing, then it's related to different store, like iStore, so Google Play and etc. But if we're talking about certification compliance testing, so we have a lot of application in programs, specifically if it's embedded or if it's cloud computing relating. So then we talk about so TBT, so which is True Brew testing, or Java verified program, so JVP, or so G2Me things. This it's exactly this what they're looking for, and sometimes it's come during interviews. So this, do you know what's TBT or so GVP stand for? And so for you, you may not remember exactly, so this word by word, but so for you it's a red flag. Oh, it's related to certification compliance testing. So if we need to pass so the some server or system application. So because I hope you're aware that we have system application and program, and we have software application and program. Okay, so I already mentioned somehow this interruption testing. It's one of the fun. So then you just, initiate voice call, SMS charger, low memory, notification, any possible things so which interrupt while your application is running. So we have soak and monkey testing, which is actually related, so it doesn't have to do with ad hoc, so but it's related to performance and load testing. So this go beyond the boundaries. So and it's you know, it's very heavily used in gaming, for example. So what happened if 10,000 users in same time, in same moment, go to some upgrade store and buy some specific whatever weapon or armor? So do we have supply, or you know, just buy all this 10,000? So you know, immediate response, so the server will collapse. It's like, oh my gosh, I cannot handle it. So, or for example, if you some like 1,000 user push pause in the same time and leave it for 8 hours, so what happened to the game? The game will freeze, its information will be updated, at what point it will be saved, and things like that. So I think it's a very good, you know, it's a really lot of fun to write test cases for SOAK testing. So it's more likely some crazy negative things. So we also consider, and it's like in heavy use connectivity. So application behavior when there's no network coverage or it's a low network thing. So we have, it's a part of like mobile testing in general. So because remember I told you last time, so this part of mobile testing, it's a network stack protocol testing. So it's a part of this, but how we do this connectivity, you know, because we can use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, combination of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so we can do VPN. So everybody, I hope, remember that VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. So, and we can also use some different network gears. So, for example, like LTE, or just switch to GPRS mode and things like that. So, and it's a very simple test cases, but you know, you need to check. So, how's your application or your program behave under different so connectivity levels? Okay, so we also need to be aware that we pretty much today in the market use like 4 different types, so techniques of mobile application testing. So manual, remote manual, and it's so-called pretty much related to RDA, remote device access. So most popular on the market is Device Anywhere and Perfecta Mobile. So, and we have also Nokia RDA. So we have testing using emulators, and it's more likely it will be white box testing, or it's developer testing when they go through the unit testing, so just components of module. So, and we have, I just give performance testing as example for automated testing. Actually, it's not the best example of automated testing. But okay, certain, so like regression, performance, security testing, so we can automate load. So now this how we test mobile application page. It's my own opinion, and I know it's a help. So I mean, how many times, if you already try and play with the interviews, so they ask you like why you think then you will be the best fit, so that's why we should hire you, and all this question come on and on. So and every time it's like, duh, stupid. So my goodness, what I can tell them then? So to pursue them, then I am the right person. So it's how I need to heavily advertise myself. So, but at this point, you know, I found that it's easy to answer this question like that. So by telling them I'm just think differently. So I'm not like 99% of the tester who, so if you give them some subject, so for testing, so they will start with detail. I'm thinking differently. So I use conceptual, so this testing, you know, this I use conceptual coverage, so of testing anything. So, and I give you example, and I ask you to answer, so then you can figure it out this by yourself. So you see the tree, and I tell you, hey, how you will test and give me full coverage testing on a tree. So how you start? So where you start? So what is your thinking? And it's very important, you know, how you break your thinking from end user perspective to some unusual professional thinking. So then how you become so unique for the team, then they want person like this in a team, so who can think globally, conceptual. So requirements, no. More likely, guys, so okay, in the web application world, yeah, you have requirements because it's a long process, they think about this too much and too long. In the real world of mobile world, you don't have any requirements. You're happy if you have couple pages of screenshot and they're also not final because they can change so many times within a week. So you don't have any story created yet. Story is our requirement. So we can, put some equal signs for business requirements. It's our stories. So like end user scenarios, what they do with application to get something or whatever, proceed somewhere. So, but more likely in the beginning, you don't have all this. Use the one so who's supposed to create all these scenarios, all these requirements, and so get clue how it's work. So how you start? And the question is right there. I already give you all answers. The number one. So if you have anything, you need to find and divide object, subject into components or module. So we come back to our exercise to the very good, nice looking green tree. So we have a tree. How we divide this in components or module? So what could be tree's components? Give me some clue. Branches, beside branches. What else we have? Roots. Good job. What else? Leaves. All right. So look, we already have three components. So trunk. Food for plants. It's related. It's environment already. So we already named wood. It's too general. Flowers, fruits, if any. Good. So, but you name the major components. Roots. Hey, nobody said trunk. Do you know what trunk is? So is a what? This roots, and from roots you already got the branches? No, you got the trunk, and from trunk you got the branches, yes? Yeah, trunk too. Hey, it's like one of the major components. So you divide this in different, so you already got main idea, you got something, unknown subject. It could be table, this is whatever it is, pen, refrigerator, and believe me, so it's a very common question during in interview. So because the things, they just want to see how you would think about testing. So this your way of thinking, it's what they're looking for, and how you differ from all these other 20 people who, they interview maybe in the next couple of days. So why they choose you, why you are so special. So because you in the beginning start thinking conceptual, so you divide anything that you don't know in components and module. So like main function, so I don't know, home page, page number 1, page number 3, page number 4, so some special global footers, so some special navigation panel. Boom, it's your components, yeah? So now this point number 2, you create list or table, whatever this is better for you, of module and type of testing that should be performed, okay? So if we come back again to our example of tree. We take a roots and we just put this as a line, so it will be our row. And now we create a column. And one column will be functional testing, one column will be usability testing, one column will be interruption testing, so this connectivity testing, whatever testing you remember, from mobile or not mobile related, but so this it will be just a full line with columns. So you create a table. So you take another component, trunk, and you do the same. So you already create some, so when you bring this in during interview, so you already show then, my goodness, so you think absolutely differently than anybody else. You don't start with details, how you can just collect all leaves or cut a trunk, or, just dig, so to see this what size of the root you have, so whatever. So after you give 3, for example, you will be stuck, because you will not see and not cover full picture, so what kind of testing you can perform with each of these components. I hope this you understand what I'm talking about now. So it's my experimental things. That's how I see and how I feel about. So and I got this. So 2 years ago, I was sitting in the class and listened to the Michael Partnoff, and he was always bring classical models. So and at this time I was like, know-how for me is like, wow, you look not just how the subject and object look like, meet requirements or not, so from functional usability point, but look about the environment. So how this, if we put this object, the subject under different environments, how it's behaved. So but in our case, we just, so each of these components we also can say then it's a variable. Each of our testing so this names, whatever, specific testing, it will be like a condition, yeah? So we put variables and condition together, so we make a combination of multiple variables and condition, and we create test cases around this, because if you have this table right in front of you, and believe me, during interview, you always can ask for a piece of paper or for just for, clipboard or whatever, so, or just they have some wallboard, so then you can bring it up. So if you start making a table, if you start making a list of, so this what is the components of something, then they ask you to test, and what kind of testing you will perform for each of these components, they already stop you there, because they will be like amazed then you think this way. So you will be already special. You already will ask, so answer the question why they should hire you and not everybody else, and not the guy who knows 3 programming languages, because they think primitively as an end user. So then I will take this tree and cut this or just dig it, and they stuck, because they just start with details. They start, if you see the picture of the big iceberg, so they start not from the top, they start from the bottom, and they cannot see the top. So they pick little bit here, little bit there, or stuck only with functionality testing and never talk about connectivity interruption, so integration or compatibility, because they stuck to cover everything in this small area. So if you stuck there, so this it's, for me, it's a failure these days, because 99% people think this way. Don't be like a 99% of people. So be something unique, so then it's why you will get this job immediately and will not go 15 interviews. So I know what I'm talking about. So this, I have my experimental child in the class. So this, this who follow instruction like that, and they get job from the first interview. It's like, wow, amazing. It's like, it's not amazing. You just show, improve the point, and you think differently. And they need this person in the team who think differently. That's it. It's very simple. All right. So point number 3. You create variety of variables and conditions with each model. So, and after you specify expected and actual result for each of combination, and create list and table for any, if any is a problem, from different angle of view. So we talked about last time, if you remember, guys. So I think it was email problem. Does anybody remember? So does you remember this? So I sent an email to somebody, boom, it's never received. So do you remember we covered this? Yes, no? Okay, so, and how we solve this problem? So how the troubleshooting go? So troubleshooting is actually go this opposite way. So you start with detail, with tiny pieces, and just because if you take immediately global picture, so then it's too many components. You don't know this what components create a trouble. So you need to start like opposite way goes. So check one details, okay, it's work. Check another details, it's work. Check third details, oh, it's here could be problem area. Okay, I leave it. So, but another things, for example, so when we was talking about email, and it's very common question, and whether email and a person not receive email, or something wrong with Facebook notification, or whatever, something Facebook post. It's one of the favorite questions during interview. So where you start again, so what will be your breakthrough point, to not think and give full coverage, show them you think differently. And you look for point number 5 on my slide, and give me some clue, and I will guide you to right direction. Come on, get it. You can do it. Oh, thank you, Kamran. So you're a good one. So at least somebody support me. At least somebody talk to me. So should divine problem. Good. And divide this in the area. For example, so I sent an email. It was received by other person. Is a problem? Who is a problem in this case? My device. I mean my email. So recipient in his email, or maybe Yahoo itself, or maybe it's network in my office is crappy and it doesn't work, or maybe some city so have completely blackout things, and this nothing is working, network is shut down, or maybe full country are under some atomic bomb attack and it doesn't work. But again, we divide this in area where the problem could occur. Yeah, protocol issue, whatever. But you got it, the concept. Any problem, so this you may so face, and you have no clue where it happened and why it's happened and how it's happened. So this where you start. Your first point is to divine. So this where possibly it could happen. Yeah. So this it could happen to my device. It could happen to somebody device where I try to send it something or whatever, do something. So it can happen just in my office, or it could happen to my provider, whatever it is. It's so this area where it could happen. And after that, for each area, you start to make some suggestion or whatever ideas. So if it's my device, what could be wrong with my device? You create some ideas. It could be also negative ideas, so not really correct one, but you create idea. So when you during interview you get this question, so the keyword immediately shows them. Then you look from different point of view. It's a keyword. So if you know how you show them, because I mean they cannot follow your thinking, because it's so if you not verbalize this, so you pretty much look like a crazy person who try to talk to himself. So and you like, okay, to find out so how the problem occur, I will divide so this problem under different so trouble areas and possibly can occur. So this it could be me, it could be my mom, or it could be just so school system in United States. So now I'm just go this. So if it's me, then what's wrong with me? I'm so create idea 1, 2, 3. If it's my mom, oh my goodness, okay, here at least 10 different points I can mention. If it's United States school system, then all right. So where I start, so, it will be 20 points. Then something wrong there. But again, when you specify, when you verbalize, so your thinking, your path, how this is, so this you proceed, so this what happened inside your mind. So you already will show them. Then you original, so you unique. So it's not everybody do this on front so during interview. So it will be already the special point. So why you so special and why you the best fit for the job. So really, it's true. Okay. I think we spent enough time on that, and we will get proof because we have, so there's not too much time. And I'm like, oh, it's slide 19. So, okay, very quick. How would you test mobile app page? We create a checklist, yeah? We remember this. We define, so this our things and components, or it will be already defined for us. So, and to be smart, we already have some pretty much like general presets for existing. It's pretty much like 22 test cases, then, like standard, so sanity tests. So more likely we will run on some major applications, so without some specific customized function. So I create for you, I think it's like 9 or 10 pages. So I will not go through because you will have time. So just to go and to see each of these pages, so you will find this webinar in your profile, so then you can view it and see it, each of them. And again, I highly recommend it to print it, so then you just have it handy and say like, okay, I found this on internet. Believe me, I found this kind of explanation, at least like 7 or 8 different layouts, but the text is the same. So they all talking about the same. So, and now we just need to talk about how would you test UI of mobile application. And it's another like big subject. So I hope this, tell me this, do you have like what, free view to stay another half hour, a little bit more than 1 hour? So because I don't know this, otherwise we may not have time to cover everything. So, okay, cool. So at least somebody say yes, camera. All right, good guys. So, I want to break you again, so this end user perspective. Every time I'm asked, so like, hey guys, how you would test, or so what kind of test cases you will create for me if I ask you to test one single button? So what will be your response? All right, we agree. We stay longer. So what will be your response if I ask you to test button? Thank you, thank you. As you told, yeah. Oh, I'm talk a lot. I'm very talkative, as you see. As much as you wish. Okay, cool. How many you need? It's good. So, but in reality, give me some example beside then you tap. You not push, you not click on a button, because in mobile world you tap on a button. So beside tap, and beside then you drag and hold, or you just hold. So what can happen to your button? Shape, color, good. So this, you remember these things. I'm happy. So and I may create some slide for you. Then just expand your mind. So then what else could be? So because you see in a game that specifically we can have like wow buttons. So and as you think about so how many games if you some kind of gamer. So this instead when you click or tap on this button, instead of expand or shrink, it will be rotate 360-degree, or it will be faded or included some animation or whatever. So it's all count during the testing. Yeah. So I give you example. This you remember we was talking about naming. So a round button. So this mouse could be just so what the button self is, but home it will be just naming of buttons. So stay very close, but right here it's a very good representation. So it's icon with home, and home is extra. So in what happened if you so tap and hold and drag so the button itself somewhere, what happened to the home? So these things, oops, sorry. So all this important, this we talk about this functionality, place on the screen, color and size adjustment, customized styles, active versus non-active, alignment with naming, and so on. So in I also found very good this one as a Facebook. It's like, wow, it's something new. I don't know. Then, you can open this like whatever post mailbox and close it. It's cool. So, but again, when they ask you about UI, you can just stuck on a button and start telling the story, and they already see your excitement. It's like, okay, we got it. This person is really, really so want to talk about this. So this it's mean that they understand and love what they're doing. So, but when we talk about how we will test mobile application UI, we always start with installation. And the first things we see, it's a splash screen. So splash screen is supposed to be no more than 3 seconds. And more likely, so you have this on regular PC as well. So when you first turn to computer, so some science command, this logo, and maybe some trademark name or application name. So it's called splash screen. So, but we already start our testing, usability testing. So during installation, it's always we start check not just a button accept and download, so open, uninstall, but we also have some graphical representation how the process of download is proceeds. So is it active? So like sometimes it's a green or color bar or some whatever jumping bar. So but it's always show you. So this it's a one part of your usability testing. So then you need to also just create a test case. So then user got some visual representation of how the application installation proceed. So expected result, it should be some visual whatever color notifications to this of the download or installation process, things like that. So after this finally done, you normally open application, take a general look of application. You not explore all function or whatever, just a general look of home page. So yeah, it's here, finally, it's there. So and after that you uninstall. So, and why you uninstall? Because again, at this point, it's kind of also, this performance and security question, testing is involved, because when you uninstall, is it completely uninstall, or it's somehow stuck in your memory, so like a garbage file, whatever. So this, you sure then it's completely uninstall. So if you do some, installation in many companies, it's just their own practices, so everybody's different. It's not like a standard, so specifically in mobile world. But again, when you install application and you play with that ad hoc for 10-15 minutes, involve other application, so one of the main things you check immediately, how is it integrated with accelerometer, so that you put from portrait to landscape so layout to see is it rotation there or not. If rotation is not there, it means then so it's no successful integration with accelerometer of device. So accelerometer, it's integrated native application of every mobile device like GPS. So it's one small chip and hardware plates. So, but this you check all these things. You check maybe open other native application to check immediately. So this compatibility with other native application. Again, keyword. So after some initial ad hoc for 10-15 minutes, uninstall it and see how smooth uninstallation is happened. So is it somehow this slow down or break some native application? So if it's some performance battery consumption issue or whatever, you can make a lot of observation, sorry, during an installation. So and after you install again. So, but when we come back to usability testing, we're looking for layout. So how is it very well fit form factor? And I think I already mentioned form factor before. It's just literally how this screen and mobile device look like. Sorry, I really need a water. So we look in the form factor. So for example, we have candy bar. We have a lot of devices this day, touch screen. We have tab. So we have some taco, like for gaming console. So it's look like a taco. Things. So in it's also we have flip flop. So things like that. I mean, it's a lot of different forms. So in each forms involved in special parameters which must be so standardized or so prescribe in CSS sheets if we're talking about web mobile or native application. So we're talking about resolution, and resolution is general. So we're looking between mobile device, feature phone, like smartphone, feature phone, and tab. Or these days we have some mini tabs, so different kind of mobile devices. So we're looking for screen alignment. So everybody aware what is trunction is. So give me some clue. Yes, no? Should we spend time on it? No, okay. So if you, so spend time, I will speed on it. Okay, so for example, how many times, and I should you saw it many times, so then in the middle of the word, or like a last word, so this letter of the word is just cut off in the middle. You assume then, for example, it was word home. But if you just, you don't see the E itself, it could be like something, whatever, something between C and something. So, but you understand then it's supposed to be E at the end. So things like that. Or image is certainly, cut off somewhere as like third part of the image. So, and you understand maybe what it's supposed to be. Sometimes it's not understandable what it should be. So, but it's what is mean trunction. Then it's a cut off in the middle of something. So we also talk about invalid and garbage symbols, specifically if we come to different languages, and it will be localization subject. So we have for special Asia group of languages, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, we use 2-byte characters, it's called code-wise. So in many times during a coding, it's errors, so this by coding, language coding occurs. And instead of all these hieroglyphs or special characters, you will see some question mark, exclamation mark, dots, X, whatever. In the middle, nowhere, just suddenly it will be empty boxes or something. So it's all considered invalid garbage symbols, and it's very common things specifically in the early stage of application or program development. So I told you this, look and keep attention for orientation, so for portrait and landscape. Best example. So in the current project, in the beginning and alpha stage, so this, when I came, 2 girls was working and create about 20 bucks in the different pages of application, this, and it was pretty much, so there's different function. So every time it was like overlapping issues, so then it was not, text was completely so truncated or whatever. So, and I was just looking at it, it's like, okay, all what screenshot I see goes from all this bug, and it's like a major issue, like in everybody's concern, I understand, but so I don't see any screenshot in landscape. So what happened if we turn so portrait to landscape? Is this issue the same? So is it overlapping and still occur? So they turn it on, and all these 20 issues become just one bug, because the bug was not about where it's happened, but why it's happened, okay? So in as for you, it's a very valuable things, then it could be so very stupid, just from our side, from tester side, mistake to create 20 bugs. So when it's so simple, all what you need to check, so the same behavior in the portrait and landscape layout, and that's it. So it's a good to do screenshot to attack. Oh yeah, it's one of the major things. So this developer will love you. You will feel good. So as a professional tips, and this I can prove this message. So because I have screenshot from day number one in any company I work. So I just on my desktop I create, so just by day or by project, if it's I run like 5 or 6 projects, so I run this in the past. So for each day, for each project, I can open folder in so pictures on my PC, and you will see all screenshot I take. So I can find this any screenshot, or because many times it's very hard, or it was no time, or whatever, this it was not necessary to do logs, but so screenshot will be like savers, so and it will cover you. So then you found this issue, then you saw this issue, or you can compare, so when this issue occur, because it's a lot of factors, not just to find issue, but follow and understand at what stage, at what build it's occurred. So because many we have issues that called degrade, or we have ghost bugs. So then you cannot really follow why it's occurred, and you're not really sure. You understand that something go wrong, but you don't know. You cannot really follow the path, because one time it's happened if you do 1 2 3. One time it's happened if you do 3 2 1, and one time it's happened some 3 4 1, and you say, man, I understand there's something wrong, but I cannot follow it. So how you can follow it? So you make a screenshot, you collect, like, I have my special folder problem, then I don't know, unknown issue. So I collect them all. So and then, when I have like whatever, it's not mean that I work 24/7, but at some certain point, when these things occur again, I come back to this unknown folder, and it's like, okay, wait a second. So, and I just try to analyze the screenshot. And sometimes this I cannot say that it's like super effective, so but I can say like 30-40%, so I will find where the bug is, and I will understand or give a clue, so where it could happen, so under what condition or under what special things it can happen. So I got special pat on my shoulder, so from CEO many times for that. So, and it's all count, because so we more likely as a newbies we start as a contractor, and at a certain point, so you have 2-3 people, so which will be compete with you, so to get full-time position. So, and they will choose the person who is more organized, and they can relay, and they know then they can retrieve information so from any point of application stages or whatever. So it's very important. So screenshots can be used to show steps of result, so they're quite useful for engineers and have difficult. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So in also in other things, I mean, it's ABC for me, but so maybe it's something new know-how for you. So this way, in many cases, I mean, sometimes it's political games, sometimes it's really necessary. So, but at some certain point, you may have on your own bugs or some certain critical issue. So you will update screenshot daily. Or we have, so if we run like 5 different environments, like right now, so on my application, I have besides, so the QA environments, I have staging environments, which just show changes in data, because we have a lot of dynamic data in our application. So we have some developer environment, we have pre-production, production, so we have also this, some checkpoints, so this, I don't know, it's called Web3, so this environment. We have 6 environment, and every time it's a different, so you can see different behavior on the same things. I mean, application everywhere is the same, but it could be different changes made, it could be behaved differently, so, and it's created for reasons, so to follow and extricate where the problem occur. So, and you collect screenshot and comparison from all these 6 environments. It's how it's important to that. And you can make daily updates just to make the same and the same steps on different environments to see that behavior change or not, if they ask you or specify. So, and it's very important. All right, so now I skip it a lot. I need to skip now. But anyway, my point is that, for the next couple slides. So in, then it's very necessary and very helpful for you. Again, you don't need to be like super academic or whatever, so know all web design terminology or things. But so at least like in my daily life, I use at least like 10-15 terms all the time. So list view, navigation bar, status bar, notification bar, things like that. So you need to know this and operate this. Put this in your daily language, talk. Because when you create bug report, you want to be on the same level with developer. So then they understand you easy. So then you know that you're on the same path with them. It's very important. So it's many times these days you do not sit right across developer. You don't have them in the same building. It's all remotely. They could be from India. They could be from East Coast or whatever. So and you may not get chance to talk to them only through the bug tracking system. But if you in your bug report uses professional terminology and they understand you and reply with the same, so guys, you like hook up because developer love you, so you can have really short and intense conversations. They trust you, what is most important. Because I actually got very good and a surprising experience for me with this project. So I take HTML classes, so and we do hybrid applications that heavily use HTML5 and CSS. So and I'm like, try to be super polite and write to developer special sweet letters like, I'm sorry, but my observations, so with my assumption and careful consideration, and like he replied to me back, come on, just tell me, so what is wrong and what I need to do. It's like, okay. Or like, it's like, hey, dude, in the box, so-and-so, you just forgot to take a brackets, and that's why the stupid 2 boxes still hanging on the bottom. It's like, oh, thanks, cool. This problem was solved in 2 minutes, but after that, so if I leave a comment and they see my name, so they immediately take this under consideration. So it will not like football game for 3-4 days. Can you give me please more screenshot? Can you provide please more details and things like that? Because they understand and we understand each other, so then we don't need all this stupid game. And if I can help them and just tell them what to do, so they gladly take it, because as a professional, so it's not like, man, I step on their toes and dictate to them what they should know or what they should do. So we just help each other. We're team workers. So this, if it's some small problem and so I know how it happened, so I'm just tell them, say, just fix it in 5 minutes, boom, everybody gets some special check mark, so then they fix it another bug. So cool, everybody's happy. So a screenshot can be used to show step or result, so they're quite useful. Okay, we already have these things. All right. So let's proceed. So yeah, this one is just for you to view what is a form factor is and how it look like. So, and another point that I really want to bring to you, it's a different mobile UI. So you need to know this. So then it's like a browser with have some certain application frameworks, so just for UI surface. For example, if we're talking about iPhone, so where this UI framework is, where is it located? Anybody from our previous lectures? So this UI application framework, so this located in on iPhones. No? Is there any word Coca-Touch? Say anybody something? You should know, yes. Then so UI framework is a part of so this Coca-Touch. Let me write this down one more time. Wait. So it can cost you interview if you don't know, guys. So you should know these things. So review this, please, and absolutely operate these words, okay? So Coca-Touch is application framework layer, so for iPhone operating system, so for Apple operating system. Okay, so self-learning, you can explore. 2 years ago, I don't have these names. I have no clue that it exists. So, but most popular for Androids, it's TouchWiz because of Samsung Galaxy devices. So for iPhone, I personally know OmniGraph. So I give you a couple more names that popular. So please explore this by yourself. And this, if you mention it during interview, then then multiple UI exist. So they will 100% ask you, so give me some name, give me some example. So you don't need to know 5, 6 example, but you can give some one example and say couple words about UI, so what you like. So, and I have some like super cool link, but so I'm afraid if I start to show you videos, we will stuck here forever and Michael will kill me when he come back from vacation. So let's proceed forward. So most of self-learning of mobile UI terminology. So I found very helpful, very cool site. Then so explain you this how to describe. So some gesture or some whatever pinch or pinch open, pinch close. So double touch and things, or just make a graphical presentation. Representation when you describe things, if it's possible. Depends what tools you use and bug tracking system so in your company. So but here's just more stuff. So what is the active, not active, so this and things like that. I think it's very cool and helpful. So now we come back to, you remember this, I mentioned, and to spend like 15 minutes to try to bring this idea of conceptual testing or conceptual troubleshooting. So here's a question. How would you troubleshoot network on iPhone? So where you start? Give me some clues. Anybody home? Hello? So, or you guys already sign off. Okay. Where you start with troubleshooting? Settings. Nope. Press both the side. What does it mean, press both the side? Check Wi-Fi and groups. Nope. It's all negative. It's all like, I mean, it's fine if you want to start with details, if you want to think as an end user, but it's a show me then like you nothing worthy for me, so special, then I should take you in my team. Uninstall, install, go online, call. No, no, no. Reboot. Also not. Guys, we just talked about this 15 minutes ago. You all think as an end user, I need some special one. Turn on device, also not. So anyway, I don't want to so be mean to you, like, this. So, ba-bam! Man, Irina, you're ready to go. List components. Almost there. So we need to define problems. So where possibly the problem is, can occur. So is the problem my phone device, or it's a problem some carrier network things? Yeah, we define area first where the problem possibly can occur. So to minimize, this extra gate, so this puts this separate. So to not specify, my goodness, I try to cover everything. So all these things you give me, so I can make a list of it. It will be a very nice suggestion, so where I can, in what I can do, but it's all detail. So in all the list you give me pretty much, I can also apply to my device or to carrier network troubleshooting, so whatever, it's like carrier things, it could be in TNT or Verizon. But the main things, we start globally, we start to create, so divide the problem in pieces, and for each pieces I will think, my goodness, what is so wrong there? It's a keyword. It's how it is you think, so not as an end user. If you start with turn on, reboot, whatever, you give me maybe a couple more solutions and you will be stuck because it's it. I mean, so you're out of idea because you was not start thinking conceptually in the beginning. Is it clear? So I want to help you guys. I don't want to embarrass you. So, but I want to break this. It's very hard. So it's taking me also time. It's not like I'm a genius and like, I know. So this, I'm not a genius who finds this in one day. So, but if you, so this have this, wait a second, guys, I got, sorry. So this, people tell me like, okay, your time is over. You should like stop it. So, but you need to force yourself, get out of comfort zone to be a student or be newbies or be like everybody else and start to be unusual. So start to think conceptually before you start really go to deep details. I 100% sure of each of you, so then you will be creative to find and create details, so and create whatever list of something. So this what could be and what is area of troubleshooting could be. But if you don't break this and look from different angle of view, so you will always stuck with details. You always will be like everybody else. So, and I know you're not. It's why you're in this class, all right? So, okay, define the areas that may cause a problem, device or carriers. Make a list of troubleshooting areas, feature, and methods that you can use. So, VPN, short URL, so ping itself, device Wi-Fi connection, device Bluetooth connection, device LTE, and so on. So start with minimum of variables and condition, so then you can extricate, all right, these pieces work. So this piece is still doesn't work. If I added some more components and variables, is it still work or not? If I added this condition, oh, it's start working. All right. So then in this error, so step before it was not working. Now when I add these things, it's work. All right. Then somewhere is a trouble in this connection in between or in combination of these components that I already use. You got it? So, and naturally, this, if we answer this question in detail, so I have some special like technical tips specifically to iPhone related, so where you exactly go for details, so then you don't create some negative ideas, but so there's already like positive solution, so how you can check so your network on iPhone. So I have like 7 of them. It's I mean, you don't need to use Gottes will to use 7 during interview, so like 3, 4 will be fine. But please start from different angle of view. So then I don't know where the problem occurred. It could be device, it could be network. All right, let's see if it's my device. Then what could be wrong in my device? Da 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 da. Okay, if it's not device, so that's what could be wrong with network or what could be wrong with carrier. So da 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 da, and you create idea. All right. So I need to stop right here and we start so this on Monday. I'm sorry. This, I mean, I'm almost there. So, but it will be another question, and you can actually this. You have links, so I really encourage you because I can show you, but you cannot hear it. I need to like so make a comments what's going on. So it will be like kind of your homework, so you can see 2 links on YouTube. So I really highly recommend it to go to these links and see a 4 minutes video. What is a stress testing, kind of entertainment way. So, and what is about this FaceTime feature, so option, how it's work exactly on iPhone. So, yeah. Or, so I mean forgetting. So Usha, you have GT. I don't know what GT. So where we can get so this I will just upload this right. I don't know how long it's take, maybe 40 minutes or so. But right after I done with you guys, so we will upload this video to your usual. I don't know where's the usual path. So I got instruction from Michael. I need to read this through again. So, but I hope this to see you on. So on Monday, and I can actually put this presentation. So Denise, let me check with him. So we can put this presentation. He give you instruction to put this where?